Why did the Scarecrow get promoted? Because he was outstanding in his field. Now, speaking of outstanding, let's dive into our disco night tale. Imagine this, folks. A night glittering with the promise of excitement, where the stars of the world come to let loose. A night where the atmosphere is as electric as a bolt of lightning, and the dance floor is a sea of swaying bodies. This, my friends, is the Superstar Disco Night. The evening starts innocently enough. Young men and women, the cream of the crop, decked out in their finest glitter and glamour, are eating, drinking, and dancing. The beat of the music is infectious, the bass vibrating through the floor up to the dancers' feet, encouraging them to move, to sway, to dance. And then, amidst the pulsing lights and the pulsating beats, a hilarious event unfolds. An overly enthusiastic dancer, lost in the rhythm, suddenly becomes the star of the show. And not because of his killer dance moves or his charming good looks. No. This lad, in his fervor, somehow manages to drop his underwear right on the dance floor. The music screeches to a halt. The disco ball, in its ever-spinning glory, casts a spotlight on the discarded underwear lying in the center of the dance floor. A wave of laughter sweeps through the crowd. Some stand shocked, some amused, but all entertained by the spectacle. Who was this daring dancer? Was it a wardrobe malfunction or a new dance step? We'll never know. But the underwear incident, as it came to be known, was the talk of the town. It was the moment that took the Superstar Disco Night from a regular evening of fun and frolic to a legendary event that would be remembered for years to come. And just when you thought it couldn't get any wilder, hold on to your pants. Or rather, don't. So, you're probably thinking, one pair of underwear on the dance floor is enough for one night, right? Well, think again. Our story continues as the first pair of undies hit the dance floor. It was like a spark that ignited a wildfire. Before anyone could even register what was happening, more underwear started raining down. It was as if an invisible force was pulling down underwear left, right, and center. One could say it was a chain reaction, a domino effect, if you will. The first pair was like the pioneer, the brave one, leading the charge into the unknown. And once it happened, it was like the floodgates opened. More and more people started losing their underwear on the dance floor. It was a cascade of cotton and lace, a deluge of boxers and briefs. At first it was a shock, then it turned into amusement, followed by a wave of laughter that swept across the room. The dance floor, once filled with glittering disco lights and swaying bodies, was now a kaleidoscope of colors, patterns, and styles of underwear. There was a pair of polka dot boxers, a lacy pink thong, a pair of silk briefs, and even a pair of novelty underwear with a funny cartoon character on it. It was like a bizarre fashion show, a catwalk of undergarments. And the crowd? They went wild. The DJ, not missing a beat, spun the tracks even faster, and the crowd danced even harder. The more the music pumped, the more underwear dropped. It was like an unspoken challenge, a test of who could outdo the other in this unexpected fashion frenzy. What started as a simple disco night had now morphed into a hilarious underwear uprising, a pant-dropping revolution. The dance floor was no longer just a dance floor, it was a battleground, a stage, an exhibition. And the dancers, they were the stars of the show, the trendsetters, the rebels without a cause, or in this case, without underwear. And just like that, the disco turned into a pant-dropping party. Who would have thought? Remember when your mom told you to always wear clean underwear? Well, she didn't say anything about keeping them on all night. Imagine the scene, folks. The disco lights are spinning, the beat is pumping, and suddenly the dance floor becomes a sea of discarded undergarments. The expressions on the faces of the guests and staff, oh boy, they were a sight to behold. You had the shocked waitstaff, their trays of cocktails momentarily forgotten as they gawked at the impromptu striptease. Then there were the partygoers who had been engrossed in their conversations, only to look up and find themselves in the midst of a pantless revolution. Their eyes wide, mouths agape, they were the epitome of disbelief. But not everyone was taken aback. Oh no, there were those who couldn't help but laugh, their bodies shaking with mirth as they pointed at the spectacle. Some even fell to the floor, clutching their bellies as they roared with laughter. And amidst all this, there was a group of brave souls who decided to join the pantless trend. One guy, let's call him Fred, was so inspired that he fashioned his tie into a makeshift loincloth. Then there was the ever-creative Lucy, who decided to use her oversized handbag as a skirt. It was a sight to behold. And let's not forget the couple who decided to swap their underwear, adding a whole new level to couples' matching outfits. As the night wore on, the dance floor continued to be a whirlwind of laughter, shock, and camaraderie. The pantless party was a hit, whether by design or by accident, we may never know. But one thing's for sure, it was a night that will go down in disco history. So next time you hit the dance floor, maybe double knot that drawstring, eh? So, what's the moral of the story? Never trust a disco ball or always bring spare underwear. Yes, you heard it right, folks. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane to the fun-filled, unforgettable underwear night. It all started with an innocent disco night, where young men and women gathered to eat, drink, and dance their hearts out. Little did they know their party outfits would soon become the stuff of legends. The first casualty was a pair of polka dot boxers. You'd think a polka dot print would be hard to miss, right? But oh no, not when you're engrossed in the rhythm of the night. As the evening progressed, the dance floor became a battlefield of discarded undergarments. From lacy lingerie to superhero-themed briefs, the variety was as diverse as the crowd itself. Each dropped piece of underwear was met with roars of laughter, and the party spirit only grew stronger. Yes, you might say it was an unconventional night, but isn't that what makes a story worth telling? The night's climax was when the last pair of underwear hit the floor. It was a moment greeted with a standing ovation and a round of applause that echoed throughout the venue. Even today, the locals chuckle at the memory, and our unforgettable underwear night has become the stuff of local folklore. Perhaps the most remarkable part of the entire night was the camaraderie and the sense of humor shared by all. It didn't matter who you were or what underwear you had on. It was all about letting loose and enjoying the moment. After all, life's too short to worry about something as trivial as underwear, right? So the next time you hit the dance floor, remember this legendary night, and who knows, maybe you'll make some unforgettable memories of your own. And that, my friends, is the tale of the unforgettable underwear night. Until next time, keep your pants on and your spirits high.